In this video, I will show you how to go from Eastern grip to semi-Western grip, and I will explain you in detail each grip, the advantage and the disadvantage of these grips. And I also mentioned this in my ebook, so if you read in the beginning of the ebook, I mentioned the mindset, but then once I start talking about forehand, I also mentioned this with photos, so it's easier to understand, and I can mention the page here in the description. So when you start to play tennis, the easiest way to start, of course, is just to hold the racket like that, like shaking hands and play like beginners do. And this is good in the beginning because you have immediately success, but you don't have margin of progress and you never go further because the ball is easy to play, but if he plays with more speed or with more top spin, he will never play the ball back. He will be struggling because the head of the racket will face up most of the times. You cannot generate top spin because you don't have the feeling, you don't have the hand, and you don't have the experience and the hours on court to do this. So my recommendation is when you start, instead of using this Eastern grip or even continental like that, okay, instead of doing this because it's the easiest way, try to challenge yourself a little bit and think long term. Don't think about having results in the first lessons. Think about having results long term and playing good after a few lessons, after a few months, and depend on your levels. I already saw people doing this in one lesson and having actually really great feeling because I knew what I was doing and he was willing to put in the effort and the work, so actually work in the first lesson. But the average players do this in 2-3 lessons, and if you have more challenges, if you never play any sport before, I believe in 4, 5, or even 6 lessons, you can do that. So my recommendation is to start with the racket, face it to the fence, okay, and hold your grip like that, relaxed. My grip is a little bit smaller than standard, so I don't have a finger here. I prefer like that to generate more top spin. Is my trick, let's say, my hack to hit powerful forehands, because here I can manage much better my forehand. But the recommendation is to have the racket faces to the fence, your grip here relaxed, and usually you have one finger here. This is what I recommend for beginners. This is the standard and what you should focus now. Later you can see and you even can try what I do, and maybe it might work for you as well. So this position, and if you are a beginner and if you want to help, you can even go with a pen and mark here a line. Okay, he's actually not painting this. Yeah, he's actually painting. You paint here a line, and then you paint on your hand. Yeah, it's more or less, but you see that the hand and the line is aligned. And every time you play, if the lines are not in the same line, you know that you change the grip. Another thing to make sure you have this grip is when you start, you need to stop every time the movement here, and then you hit the shot, okay? And when you finish, always answer the phone in the end. Again, remember, when you are more professionals, first you don't even start here, not every time. Sometimes you start like that. Sometimes you open super fast, but there are also players starting here. But the idea is that when faster you play and more you play and better you play, you never stop the racket. Even when you finish, you don't finish the racket is here normal. So to have more energy on the shot. But in the beginning, you need to start from zero, and you need to have the base and the foundation of tennis, the technique, the right footwork. So I recommend to stop in every single moment. And why I recommend to start here is because you alone can make sure this is right. So when you start, just look, and then you can play, you prepare, you do the loop of the racket, and when you finish, stop again. And here, when you stop, you need to make sure the racket is like that instead of this. If you finish like that, means that you change the grip along the way. You start here, you change along the way, that's why you start here. If you want to make sure the grip is right and the coach or your partner knows that the grip is right, you really need to finish like that. And by the way, 85% of you are still not subscribed to my channel. So first, I want to say thank you for watching my videos. And second, if you find this value, please subscribe. We are trying to reach 100,000 subscribers and a silver play button. So feel free to join our community. And now let's go back to our video. The reason why I focus so much on this grip is because I know if you use semi-Western grip from the beginning, you will have much more advantage in your game, because as a beginner, forehand is the most important shot. Why? Because even though when you start, you don't understand exactly this, but if you see professionals, the serve has a big influence in this game, in their game, because they play fast, they they have many hours, they have too much power, and they know what to do in the next shot. So they do a really good serve, but they have a really good second shot to finish the point. In your case, you still don't have the foundation that is back and forehand volley. You don't have that shot, so you need to start with the shot that actually is going to make the difference. And to prove that, I can tell you that I won dozens of tournaments only with my forehand, and I already won one tournament serving underarm. So this is true. Was in Algarve. I served because I lost the confidence in the serve. I won the entire tournament. I was under 16. I won under 18, serving underarm, and this is just to show you that only the forehand was enough to win the match and the tournament. And why? Is because if you have a really good forehand in the beginning, first you can cover all court with your forehand because the ball is slow. You have time to hit one forehand here, and you also have time to run away and do one forehand here. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but when you move to that side to do a forehand, you always do this step first, and then you prepare the racket and you go back. This is the easiest way to do the shot. Second advantage is this, is with this forehand grip, you can accelerate much more the ball, much more safe. You can generate more spin, more speed, and the ball is always in. It's really difficult to miss. What is going to happen is in the beginning, I'm going to get some balls. In the beginning, you don't have so much confidence, so you're going to use this grip, but you're going to play slow. And what happens when you play slow, you know that with Eastern grip, this beginner grip, the ball is going faster because it's almost flat, but once you get the semi-western grip, you already play with top spin. So if you keep the same speed, the ball is going to be lower, and you don't generate speed enough to play the ball over the net. So you need to accelerate more, a little bit more. So you prepare slow, 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 slow. When you have the racket here, you accelerate a little bit more just to play and make sure the ball is over the net. Another thing to avoid mistakes to the net is to play always 2 or 3 meters, ideally 3, over the net, because the net is your first opponent. If the ball doesn't go, it's second actually, if the ball doesn't go over the net, you'll never get balls back and you cannot control any ball. I said second because the first opponent is you. You need to believe that you're going to play good. You need to believe that you're going to play inside. And if you believe on you, if you overcome the net, then your third opponent is actually your opponent. And another mistake you're going to do is once you try to play a little bit faster, you're going to take your eyes out of the ball and you're going to miss too many balls cross court there. It's normal, everyone does that. I also mentioned this, by the way, on my online foreign course. This is the first lesson. I already have people from 10 countries inside of my country, inside of my foreign course. If you want to join, feel free. I have the link below in the description, and I go in details how you can start your forehand from beginner until you have the foundation, either footwork, either technique. This is perfect to start or restart your forehand. But basically, when you miss too much there, it's because you did this, so you already know that you're going to do that mistake. I know that you're going to miss, so instead of pointing to the middle, you want to play straight, point to the other side. Because if you try to point the ball, let's say, to that tram lines, to that corridor, you're going to do the same mistake, but already the ball is going to go in, and this is the most important thing, is to control, to get confidence. And also, if you miss too many balls to the net, try to use your legs. I mean, every time you play, you need to go up and forward, like the plane taking off. You need the power from your legs to generate more energy on the ball. Again, this is more difficult in the beginning, but you are paying for lessons, you are paying to learn. So if you really want to learn, you need to go and overcome these beginner challenges. And I can guarantee that this works. You can read the book, you can join the online foreign course, or if you don't want, you can just watch these videos, are for free. Just watch them all and you will have a really good forehand, you will have a really good tennis, and you will improve so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope this helps, and I'll see you in this one right here if you want to keep improving your forehand. Let's go, vamos!